Hello everyone, thank you for checking in today. If you are anyone who struggles with allergies or even asthma, this practice is going to be centered around bringing your attention back to your breath and really opening up the chest to alleviate symptoms that you might get from both asthma and allergies. It is a season, it's something that, you have to learn to deal with. And yoga is actually a really great holistic approach to healing yourself of that stuffiness feeling. So jump into something comfortable and we're gonna get started. In fact, if you are stuffy right now, or a great thing to do before this practice is going through and cleaning out your nasal passages with salt water is a really great approach too, and can really help clear out the passages. So if you want to do that first, you're welcome to. If that's not your thing and you want to skip it and just practice pranayama along with some exercises to really open up the chest and front body, then just go ahead and let's get started. So we're going to just have a seat to get started, and you can choose easy pose here or kneeling, it's up to you. And we're just going to do a breathing exercise using our two fingers to plug each nostril, so one nostril then the other. You can place your pointer finger and your middle finger right on your third eye, and then you're going to plug your nose with your thumb and then your pinky, okay? So just bringing awareness to your third eye. Why don't you go ahead and close your eyes for a moment and then just practice on breathing. And you're going to plug the left nostril and breathe in through the right nostril. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and when you exhale, I want you to plug the right nostril and breathe out through the left nostril. And then this time breathe in through the left nostril, hold, and then breathe out through the right. And I want you to take this time, this breathing at your own pace. And it's kind of calming. I know it feels a little funky, but you don't have a camera on you, so you shouldn't worry about a thing. It's just you. Expanding your belly, expanding your lungs with the hold before you exhale, release. One more round like that. Take the hands, release. Go ahead and stack the legs. Take the left leg on top of the right. We're going to go right into our cow face pose. So we're going to stack the legs, and then we're actually going to start to open up the chest, getting right at it. So the top legs are stacked, one in front of the other. So knees are stacked, I should say. And then why don't you go ahead and make an adjustment so you're sitting right on your sits bones. So to do that, I usually have to remove my seat, my fluff underneath me. And then I just want you to go ahead and take your left arm and reach it back behind your back. So it should be horizontal to the ground right now. Let me turn for you. And then I just want you to go ahead, inhale, lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop your right arm back to meet the left. Now, if you do not have the flexibility to get into this posture, you can always use a band or a strap to help you, and then slowly work your fingers to reaching each other. Now I want you to think about spreading open through your chest and through your collarbones. So although we're in this position, it kind of forces you to stretch. We can still tend to slump. So I want you to press your heart space forward up towards the ceiling, and then take your eyes, look forward. The elbow stays high so you can feel a really great stretch through the upper body. And then I just want you to be consciously aware of your breath right now. So if you're holding, exhale, let it go. So you'll notice that you're actually holding tension in areas throughout your body as you also hold your breath. So I just want you to go back to that pranayama breathing, where you're inhaling consciously, releasing any tension, and then exhaling. Let it go. Inhale, sit up tall, creating space. Exhale, let it go. Release the bind in your hands, and then we're just going to go ahead and switch sides. So this time we're going to have our right leg stack on top of the left, and then I'm just going to find a comfortable seat, making sure that I'm on my sits bones. And then this time we're going to take our right arm to our back. We're going to inhale, lift that left arm up, and you're going to reach for the bind if you can get there. Now you might notice that one side you have a little bit more flexibility than the other, and that is okay. That's why having a band or a strap close by is super important. So I'm just going to stop talking here for a moment and focus on breathing, because I really need to focus on releasing that tension. So I want you to as well. So inhale, lift and find length. Exhale, release the tension. If you're holding stress in any area, you're going to feel it, just those muscles relax right now. One more big breath and let it all go. Let that tightness, let the tension go. Open up through the chest. Exhale, go ahead, release the bind. Take your hands to your sides, unravel the feet, and then we're just gonna go ahead and tuck the toes right underneath us, and we're gonna get into a small flow. So just going through our normal vinyasa series is really great to help clear the asthma. So the inversion of downward facing dog is really great for clearing out any of that mucus. Now, if you have a lot of sinus pressure in your head and it is really bothering you, you can always drop out of the downward facing dog. And when we do our cobras or upward facing dog, I really want you to focus on pulling your shoulder blades down and back, and then just raising your chest up. Okay, so just be mindful of this space. We really want to stretch and open the chest and stretch the lungs and stretch the throat. Okay, so go ahead and find all fours. We're going to get started. Just go ahead and inhale, lift the eyes forward, collarbones spread open, and then exhale, pull your tailbone in, draw your belly button into your spine. Exhale, let all the air go that you're holding on to. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round, angry cat. Lift the knees up off the ground, pull the belly button into the spine, engage the core, and then I just want you to shoot the hips up towards the ceiling, pedaling out the legs one at a time. Now we're not going for our best and our biggest and our coolest Instagram photo downward dog here. We're really just trying to feel what is right for you, okay? So that's the best thing about home practice is you don't have to compete. You don't have to keep up with anybody. You can honestly just follow what your needs are. And this is a time to be playful in this movement. You got here today. You came and you turned on. You're moving even though you're not feeling your best. And you should really just listen to what your body's trying to tell you. All right, I want you to go ahead and inhale, bend the legs, bend the knees, look between the hands, and then I just want you to step one leg at a time, like you're on a catwalk, up to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold, release. You can take a big gracious fold, big generous fold with the knees right now. Rest your head on your legs. You can nod your head yes and no. We're going to go ahead and inhale halfway up and lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground through the feet. Be mindful of this. You stand equally with your weight pressed in all four corners of your foot. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lift up. Reaching for the heavens. Check your posture right now. Draw your belly button into your spine. Pull your tailbone in. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, finding length. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up and lift, finding length in your spine, creating energy even when, exhale, release, even when you feel like you have low energy. Step or hop into plank. Shift your weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Slowly lower down to the belly. Now you decide here if you want to do cobra or an upward facing dog. You decide. Now when you're in cobra or upward facing dog, I want you to focus on pulling your shoulder blades together and really opening up through the chest. And then take your gaze and look up as well. And I just want you to hold. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, down to the ground. Big power push right up to plank. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Once again, be playful with yourself. Stretch it out. See what feels good for you. Different days, I have different needs. And I'm sure you do too. All right, bend the knees. Inhale, look through between the hands. Step or hop your way back to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway up and look. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing down through the feet, reaching up towards the sky with energy and with power, dropping the shoulder blades down away from your ears. Exhale, hands come to prayer right in front of your chest. Take 2 breaths here. This one I want you to just give me a nice, let it all go, okay? I felt so good. I want to do it again. Please join me. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Stress, anxiety, tension, stuffiness, just let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. You can decide, or halfway up and lift. Sorry about that. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop into plank. Shift your weight forward. Lower into chaturanga. Let's go ahead and press up, being mindful that you're squeezing your glutes. This is a whole body experience. And the toes aren't flailing either way. So I'm staying engaged through the whole lower body. My hips are engaged. My glutes are engaged. I'm lifting my chest and opening up through, even through the throat. Exhale. Roll onto your belly. And then go right into a power push-up into plank. Great job. Take it to the knees. And we're going to go ahead and practice our camel pose. So just continuing to open up the front side body. We're going to just do an exercise before we go into camel. Is I want you to reach back. I want you to lower yourself back as far as possible, keeping your belly engaged. This is major core, and then we'll get to the point where we're actually in our camel pose. So it really just depends on your level. Now, a suggestion, if you are new to camel or you don't have the flexibility, is to grab blocks and use them to assist you getting to camel, okay? But first I just want you to start to strengthen and wake up these muscles here. So I want you to squeeze your glutes, and then I want you to lower back any amount that you can. And then I want you to squeeze to lift. Okay, so this is definitely working behind the legs, and you're gonna feel your glutes working and your hip stabilizers, and you're just gonna lift. So we're just gonna do that 5 times. 1, 2, and each time you can focus on getting a little bit lower with it. 3, 4, last one, 5. Great job. Now, when we go into camel pose, you can choose to use blocks or not. I want you to maintain that same integrity of the move. So just going into this pose and arching your back and getting into this posture just to say you've done it, it's not exactly great practice. So I want you to think of pulling your tailbone in just like we practiced in the last exercise, keeping the glutes active, quads and hamstrings are active, and the belly is still active in this position. So if you want to reach behind you for a block, you're welcome to do that. Or maybe you don't need the block to do this exercise. And then once you get comfortable and you feel well, I want you to bring your awareness to your breath, and I want you to remember to lift your eyes up towards the ceiling. And then even if that feels good, you can always take your head back even further. So stretching through the chest, stretching through the throat, bring awareness through the breath. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Squeeze to lift, and then exhale. Go ahead and release. Take the hips right between the legs, and then we're just going to get ourselves situated for a nice counter pose. So that does put a little bit of stress on the spine, and we just want to make sure that we counter pose. And also, legs up the wall is a really great pose for helping with allergies as well. So you can decide how you would like to do this pose. If you don't have blocks, you can always lift your legs up and use your arms to hold yourself in that legs up the wall. If you would like to actually use a wall, you're welcome to do so. If you have a block, you can always put this just about the base of your hips and then lift the legs. So I am a little bit sore from my workout, and I've had a little bit lower energy, so I'm going to choose more of a restorative pose. And so I'm going to use this block for me right now. And then I just want you to go ahead and relax. I want you to think about opening up. I want you to think about breathing deep. Okay, take 3 more breaths here. Last one. Go ahead and bend at the knees. Take the feet to the ground. Press your hips up. You're using a wall. Just back away from the wall. And then I just want to finish with a bridge pose. So this is just a really great exercise when you're sitting all day. So it's just a good way to counterbalance the day. So if you're winding down or if you're getting started for the day, waking up the glutes is a great idea. Getting the glute med to work and activating it. So I just want you to press your hips up higher than probably what you normally would. So if you normally stop at this level, I want you to go ahead and engage your glutes, use them, press your hips towards the ceiling. Take your hands, find a bind your back, really open up the chest. Bring your chest to your chin and your chin to the ceiling. and breathe. Squeeze the inner thighs together so they're not flailing out. Press through the heels, keep those hips high. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release. You can choose to rest in Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your feet together, knees apart, or you can choose to relax in corpse pose. It's up to you. Think about your breath. Think about the clearing of your sinuses, opening up. It's like freedom. Your breath gives you life, gives you energy, and it brings you back to your center, back to groundedness. And some days when I'm feeling more stuffy, I realize how easy it is to take little things for granted. And health is, I would say, one of the number one things that is very, very important to me and how I function and how I run all day long. So allow this moment to be a time for you, for clarity, for mental clarity, for peace, for healing, and to breathe and allow yourself the space just to be. And if you have a lot more time to offer and you're enjoying this final pose, then go ahead and stay here for as long as you see fit. And if you'd like to finish up with me, go ahead and roll to your side. Take a moment to express gratitude for something in your life. And also think about something you feel inspired by. Maybe a random act by a stranger, maybe it's something that lights you up in the morning, makes you smile, but something that inspires you. It could be a person. And once you have that in mind, go ahead and press yourself up to a seated position. So I am grateful to have this time to practice yoga and share it with you. If you have any requests for yoga, any questions, concerns, or you might have something going on where you have personal needs, go ahead and leave a comment, or you can always check out my blog, Self Mastery Duo. I have lots of articles on many health-related topics. I'll be sure to include a link about additional information about foods that you should definitely eat when you're having symptoms of allergies, and then foods you should really stay away from. I'll leave that in the comments below. Thank you for checking in. If you haven't done so already, click the like button if you like this video and subscribe to the channel as well.